And a very good afternoon and welcome. We are live here from Mercy Field in Dobbs Ferry, New York on the ECC network. It's heavy duty business about to go down here on the campus of Mercy University. It's time for the 2025 ECC Lacrosse Championship Series. And we have a doubleheader here today. And starting off first, it's round one of women's action as the Damon University Wildcats come in to take on the Mercy University Mavericks. Hello, everybody, and welcome. Thank you for tuning in, wherever it is you're tuning in from. Mike McGinnis on the call. Well, the visiting Wildcats, they finished the regular season at 5-10, an even 3-3 ECC record. Last time out, they lost to number 24 Dominican 18-4. Damon lost here at Dobbs Ferry on March 29th, 21-6. Leah Hansen had 6 goals. 5 Mavericks had multiple goals. Shannon Calandra, keep an eye on her. She led Damon in scoring with 42 points. Cameron Briggs had a solid year, 22 goals, 33 ground balls, and 18 caused turnovers. Molly Evans, the freshman, gets the nod between the pipes for the Wildcats. As for the Mavericks, ECC regular season co-champions, 9-6 record, 5-1 in the ECC. Come in ranked 25th nationally, captured the 1 seed in an ECC thriller on Sunday. 10-8 win over Roberts Wesleyan. Olivia LaMonica was precise. She had 14 saves in the win. Lindsay Shimborski, excellent as well. 6 ground balls, 6 draw controls, 3 caused turnovers. Ashlyn Kelly, excellent all over. 3 goals and 4 caused turnovers. Leah Hansen, what a year, 48 goals, 65 points, 166 career goals, along with 210 points. Boy, she is somebody to watch here. Keep an eye on the young Mav triumvirate of Ashlyn Kelly, Riley Wallace, and Caden Meyer. 115 goals combined with 150 points, 41 ground balls, and 32 caused turnovers. Well, Olivia LaMonica, the veteran, will be in the nets for the Mavs. We're going to go down to the field now for the introductions, the singing of the national anthem, and the starting lineups here on the ECC network. Mr. Kyle Goodhart on public address will take it away. Here we go, Kyle.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Mercy Field for today's East Coast Conference Women's Lacrosse Championship Semifinal contest, featuring the 4th seed Wildcats of Damon University and the top seeded Mavericks of Mercy University. Let's meet today's starting lineups. First for the Wildcats, at midfield number 4, Cameron Briggs. At midfield number 5, Kylie Moranto. At defense, number 6, Jenna Haver. At midfield, number 7, Cameron Day. At midfield, number 8, Ella Booley. At attack, number 9, Shannon Calandra. At midfield, number 10, Caitlin Duvins. At defense, number 12, number 23, Molly Evans. Assistant coaches for the Wildcats are Megan Mikolajek, Dana Bacher, and Aaliyah Deaton. In her first season leading Damon as head coach, Emily Fitka. And now, this starting lineup for the Mavericks. At defense, number 1, Lindsay Shimborski. At defense, number 3, Casey Bates. At defense, number 5, Emily Marino. At midfield, number 7, Rita Marie Massey. At midfield, number 11, Riley Wallace. At midfield, number 15, Kaden Meyer. At midfield, number 23, Megan Callow. At attack, number 24, Leah Hansen. At attack, number 26, Juliana Talenti. At defense, number 28, Leona Quarter. At midfield, number 41, Ashlyn Kelly. At goalkeeper, number 25, Olivia LaMonica. Assistant coaches for the Mavericks are Joe Carassi, Brianna Carassi, Erin Chimborski, and Olivia Mowdy. In her 13th season leading Mercy as head coach Don Sachs. Fans, at this time, we ask everybody to please rise and remove your caps as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem. Ladies and gentlemen, just a reminder that the NCAA East Coast Conference, Damon University, and Mercy University promote a positive game environment and good sportsmanship by student athletes, coaches, and spectators. We request your cooperation by supporting our participants and officials in a positive manner. We do not condone racist, sexist, homophobic, or discriminatory comments, profanities, or intended action on the basis of one's appearance, identity, or perceived identity, or for any other reason directed at officials, spectators, student athletes, coaches, or team representatives. Any of these actions will not be tolerated and are grounds removed from the site of competition. Also, consumption and possession of alcoholic beverages and use of tobacco products are especially prohibited. Be loud, be proud, be positive.
And a very good afternoon and welcome live here to Mercy Field, Dobbs Ferry, New York, ECC Network. Round one of the 2025 ECC Championship Series, women's lacrosse style, as the Damon University Wildcats take on the Mercy University Mavericks. Mavericks in their home white uniforms, navy numbers, navy shorts. Damon in their road black uniforms with white numbers and royal blue trim. And, of course, the goalkeeper matchups. Molly Evans, number 23, patrolling the nets, the freshman for the Wildcats. And Olivia LaMonica, number 25, patrolling the nets for the Mavs. One key stat to point out here. In goals by quarter, Damon has gotten off to a few slow starts. They're a minus 21 in the first quarter in goal differential. Sure, that's something Emily Bitka has reminded her team about. They want to get off to a better start here. And here we go, as Callow is on the draw here against Booley, I believe. Up in the air, and we are underway. They're going to say possession Mavericks. So the Mavs will take over, and they will get to work here. This is a very good Mavericks group, as we have some new young faces. That was Kelly and Meyer getting together there. There are two of them. And here's Juliana Talenti behind the net. Talenti looks around now. Most recently had a 9-point game, and here's Morales, another one of those young rookie faces that is a big part of the future here of Mercy. Meyer behind the net now. Over to Talenti. Talenti circling around that left side, trying to get a drive. Forced ground ball. Good defensive play there. On the ground, look out. Very aggressive are the Wildcats. And still a fight for it. And what a play there. A very aggressive play, but another ground ball for Briggs. We talked about her in the opener. Double digits in ground balls and caused turnovers and goals. She's one of the all-around players here for the Wildcats, and she shows up early in this one. And a cross-check called here against Riley Wallace early on. Player up advantage for 1 minute, so an immediate break here for the Wildcats. We talked about them wanting to get off to better starts. Well, this is certainly a way to do it here. Penalty kill coming up here for the Mavericks. And here we go with Avery Kessner. Back over now to Devines. Back over behind the net now. They swing it across, quick pass. That might have been picked off. It was. Well, Lindsey Shimborski jumped the route there on that one, no doubt about it. And the Mavs, despite being a player down, show an aggressive front here as Megan Callow gets the feed from Shimborski under half a minute to go. And the penalty kill. As Caden Meyer with it now. They're going to wait before going on the attack here to get that player back in the form of Riley Wallace. As Kelly gives it over to Meyer now. Meyer revs up the engine on the right side. Swings behind the net there. And that's Megan Callow. Callow curls around that left side. Swings it out to the left perimeter. Here's Leah Hansen. What a career she's had. Comes in with some authority. And a nice save by Evans. Oh, a big save early on here, and the Wildcats certainly needed that. Here's Meyer coming in. Down the middle, fires, and goes wide and gets hit as she goes down. Nothing called. Mavs back to the attack now. Here's Callow with it. Callow swings it behind the net to Talenti. Over the top pass, short hopped. And the loose change picked up by who else? Lindsey Shimborski. Boy, what a vital cog she is to this Maverick squad. As here is Hansen now. Back over to Meyer on the right perimeter. Works it around now to Kelly. Kelly, a lethal goal scorer. Look out, has some room, takes a shot, and that goes wide. Talenti gets it back over to Kelly. One-timer, they put it home. And Juliana Talenti sets up Ashlyn Kelly, and we have our first goal of this playoff game, and the Mavericks take a 1-0 lead. Boy, nice rebound control behind the net on the missed shot. Sets this one up. And Talenti, Kelly denied the first time. Well, let's go back to her, and bang, puts it home. 2:59 into this first quarter. And the Mavericks have a 1-0 lead.
Mercy goals for number 41, Ashlyn Kelly. Assistant number 26, Juliana Talenti. Mercy lead 1-0.
Booley and Callow on the draw here. And Booley almost had a clean win there. Look out. Still trying to get it. Briggs comes up with it. So Damon gets a vital face-off win here. Now can they put something together to get an equalizer? We'll find out. They set up on the far right perimeter with Briggs. Swings it back over now. And they'll go to that left side. They'll swing it back over to Booley. Back to the right perimeter they go there to Cameron Briggs, and they'll go back behind the net now. Well, they fake it, and look out, little miscommunication there. Booley and Briggs kind of got caught up, and a pass picked off there by LaMonica. That will go as a shot on goal. As Calandra was in the vicinity. I think Calandra actually tipped that on the way in, accidentally. LaMonica now quickly gets it over to Rita Marie Massey. Of course, I'm always advocating for the goalkeeper union, so no doubt I will always try to give saves, as many as I can. I admit that. Wallace now back over to Meyer on the right side, high slot area. They go to Kelly, the first goal scorer of this game. Here is Meyer with it now, right side. Gorgeous day here in Dobbs Ferry. Meyer, lost the handle on it. Very physical play there. Kylie Moranto might get called here. We might have a free position shot coming up for the ever-dangerous Caden Meyer. Low 70s, breezy, not a cloud in the sky. Boy, it is picture perfect here. Here is Caden Meyer. Comes in on the right side, dead down the middle, scores! 5-hole on Molly Evans. Well, I'll tell you, Caden Meyer made no mistake with that shot. drills it home, and you see it right there. Bang, 5-hole, puts it home on Molly Evans, and it's 2-0 Mavericks, 4.5 into this game, technically 4:29. So Caden Meyer and Ashlyn Kelly, boy, we talked about them in the opener being part of this young trifecta of players that really produce an all-around game for the Mavericks and have been so key to driving them to another standout season here in the ECC. Draw control coming here, and it looks like picking it up on the one hopper is Booley. So Damon 2 of 3 so far on the draws, which is pretty good. Now they've got to figure out some offense. Here's Maria Salvo. Back over now to Zamoskozy. We see Zamoskozy actually play goalkeeper as well. So Salvo with it now. Back over on the right side there to Cameron Briggs. Briggs is that Swiss Army knife of this Damon team. She does a little bit of everything well. And they went around now on the right perimeter, trying to get a good look here, but the Mercy defense is mobile and well-positioned here. Look out now as it's Salvo trying to find some room. She's going to have to go behind the net to Calandra. Calandra wearing the helmet, and they get it back over there on a awkward pass to Booley. Under 30 seconds to go. Booley behind the net, nobody home. And look at that. Nice defensive work there by the Mavs. Caused the turnover. So, the Mavs will reclaim possession here. 6 minutes about gone by here, and it's 2-0 Mavericks. As it is Caden Meyer, the latest goal scorer. Actually, check that. That's Emily Marino. Sorry, they're on the far side of the field. And a good clear, and they set it up quickly. Here's Morales. Fires. Just missed. Boy, I'll tell you, Marina Morales, very slippery, very fast. Hard to get a track on her. Here's Leah Hansen. What a career. Comes in, power move, and scores on the top left shelf. A goal scorer's goal on that one. And Leah Hansen connects. And there are 3 on the board so far for the Mavericks as they take a 3-0 lead. Well, I'll tell you, Leah Hansen, watch her swoop in on that right side, then make the cut to the left, and you'll see it here. Bang, top shelf. Puts that one in. And the Mavericks have 3 on the board. And Leah Hansen, I got to update my notes here. She's hovering in on 170 goals now on her career. So Callow is going to go on the draw with Maria Salvo. And here we go, up in the air. Ground ball. And they're going to award this one to Damon. So Mariana Zamoskozy will take it over now. She'll go to that right side with some purpose. Draws in on the right side. And she hits the deck there momentarily. So glad to bring all the action to you here on the ECC network. They swing this around now up top there to Calandra. Over to Salvo. Salvo looks around right side now. They'll work it behind the net now. Damon trying to find some kind of opening. Look out, inside out move. They get it back out to Calandra. Swing pass in the teeth of the defense. They'll have to go behind the net there as Baran could not really do much with it. Look out, trying to find, it looked like Salvo in front, and the pass picked off by the Mavs, and Shimborski gets the feed. Rita Marie Massey picked up that ground ball. Heads up play there. Here's Juliana Talenti. Great outlet pass there to Caden Meyer. Meyer sets it up, or at least tried to, and it was well scouted by Ella Booley, who picked it off. And quick transitional offense now for the Wildcats. Let's see if they can cash in. Under 7 minutes to go in this first quarter. It's 3-0 Mavericks. Damon behind the net now. They want to try to set this up. Here's Cameron Day. Swings it up high slot area. Over to Salvo. They swing it around to that left perimeter. I believe that is Salvo with it now. Actually, that's Cameron Day. Has to go across the green. Tough pass there. Finding Salvo again. Calandra, boy, hard pass there. One hopper over to Day. Has some daylight. Nice save, LaMonica. In tight on that one. Boy, that was a great pass by Calandra with some emphasis. And Cameron Day was able to get some daylight. And slamming the door was LaMonica. That was a beauty save. Mavericks quickly bring it up here with Morales. Morales goes behind the net on that left side. And she'll swing it out to the high slot there over to Ashlyn Kelly. To Wallace, back to Meyer. Meyer goes behind the net there to Talenti. Back over to Morales. Morales fakes the pass twice. Tries to go tight window. Here's Kelly. She scores inside the left post. Oh, what a pass there by Marina Morales. And Ashlyn Kelly puts it home for her second of the day. And the Mavericks take a 4-0 lead. Beautiful pass. As we'll see on the replay here, Marina Morales, watch her thread the needle on this one. Boy, not much you could do, but try to guess right if you were Molly Evans on that one. And the Mavs have a 4-0 lead as Callow. Let's have to see who else is on the draw here. Can't see the number right now for the Saints. I want to say that's Maria Salvo, but their numbers are so small, it's hard to tell. So give us a moment here to figure that out. Yeah, I believe it was Salvo. And that's on the ground, still a fight for it here. And Callow, well, Shimborski has it, traps it, somehow gets that to Callow. Boy, that is some kind of play by Shimborski. Flat on her stomach, still has the wherewithal after falling down to control the ball and somehow get that to Callow. That is some kind of play there by Shimborski. Here's Morales. Remember, she just had the assist there, but she can score him as well. Tries to get it in traffic there to Wallace. Well scouted. Look out, loose ball. And somehow Evans comes up with it. The Wildcats had that pass defended, but nobody had control of the ball, and it got knocked dangerously close towards the yawning goal mouth. As the Wildcats quickly go to transitional offense now. As Moranto will settle it down, and Calandra, remember, she had that dangerous pass there. Devines now back over to Cameron Day. Back up top there to Cameron Briggs. Briggs cradling the ball right side. Gets it back over to Caitlin Devines. Devines looks around now. Back over to Booley. Booley circles around. Has a lot of power here. Takes a shot. Beautiful stick save. Oh, that was a nice one there by LaMonica. So LaMonica, when called upon, has been sharp so far in this one. She has answered the bell. Mavs still trying to get out of their own zone here. Here's Rita Marie Massey, back over to Talenti. Talenti gets the clear, and the Mavs go to work. Long pass, nice alley-oop pass there to Meyer. Meyer, nice head fake, has some room, draws the triple team, swings it back out there to Kelly. Now they go to the left perimeter there to Wallace. And back behind the net to Morales. Morales shifty, comes in, fires and scores. Beats Molly Evans, 5-hole. And the Mavericks have 5 on the board here. And they lead it 5-0. Well, we told you Marina Morales can score them as well as set them up. And Wildcats are going to take a timeout here. Mavericks with a 5-0 lead, 3.5 to go in the first quarter. We'll be back here on the ECC Network. good for us to lose by a goal to them. That's a quality loss. Yeah, that's great by those girls, though. So good for them. Good for them. That's great. Hey, don't question it. Got to take it to the pay window. That's it. That's it. And welcome back here to Mercy Field, Dobbs Ferry, New York, on the ECC network. It's a 2025 ECC Championship Series. Mike McGinnis on the call. Mercy with a 5-0 lead on Damon, 3:30 to go in the first quarter. Damon took a timeout to try to regroup here. Face-off coming here between Callow and I believe Ella Booley. Up in the air. Actually, they're going to go to Devines, and Devines comes up with the win there. So Wildcats have been mixing and matching there, and they'll quickly get it over to Shannon Calandra. Now, we saw Calandra in the game here on the late March game between these two teams, and Mercy won at 21-6, but Calandra was certainly very impressive out there for the Wildcats. As they work it to the right side now, they're going to drop pass from Booley to Calandra. You can see she's very shifty. Comes in with a shot and scores. Wow, she must have heard me calling her name. Oh, that was a howitzer. And got it over the right shoulder of LaMonica. Boy, that is a goal-scorer goal there. Watch Shannon Calandra go to work here. Head fake, makes the cut to the left side. One step inside and bang, puts it home. Calandra with the goal. And Damon is on the board. It's 5-1 Mercy. So Devines will go right back out there against Callow, unassisted on that goal. Popped up in the air, and a clean win there by Callow. Beautifully played. So she comes up with it now, and the Mavs go right back on the attack here with under 3 minutes to go in this first quarter, and Mercy with a 5-1 lead early. Of course, don't forget, 3 o'clock, we'll have Roberts Wesleyan and Mercy on the men's side of round one of the 2025 ECC Championship Tournament. Talenti swings it on the left side now. Gets it over to Kelly. Kelly comes in, right side high slot. Ashlyn Kelly bumped off the marker there by Briggs. And she'll get it over to Meyer. Caden Meyer, oh, little head fake there. Left side has some room. Fires, scores, roofs it right underneath the crossbar. Oh, what a play there by Caden Meyer. All started with that head fake. Makes the cut to the right side. You'll see it on the replay there, and she is off in a blip. Bang, puts it home underneath the crossbar. And the Mavericks have 6 on the board, and they lead at 6-1 here with 2:07 to go in the first quarter.
Mercy goals, corner 15, Caden Meyer. Mercy at 6-1.
So Caden Meyer with the goal there. As Devines and Callow on the draw here. Popped up in the air on the ground. They work it. Here's Callow with it now. Back over to Talenti. Talenti behind the net. Swings it back around now over to Hanson on that left perimeter. Hanson, look at her. She draws the double team. Ground ball force. Nice defensive play by Damon. Picked up, though, by Talenti. Back over to Meyer now. Caden Meyer circles around that left side. Then we'll go back out to that left perimeter over to Riley Wallace. Wallace comes in with tremendous steam and purpose here. And we'll get it back over to Leah Hanson. Look out now, Hanson. Driving inside, always drawing the lightning rod. There's a one-timer, and it was deflected from behind on Talenti's attempt there by Grace Heath. I'm pretty sure that's who it was who made that fine defensive play. So the Wildcats will try to clear out now. Here's Maddie Carpenter. Carpenter bringing it up here. And the Wildcats will try to go on the attack. Pass for Calandra, picked off there. Well scouted that time. And it's Emily Marino playing almost like a free safety on that one. Well, that looked like shades of prime time. Or do we call him Coach Prime now, Deion Sanders? Oh, big hit from behind there. That is going to draw, oh no. Well, yes, it will draw a trip to the sin bin. Cross-check to Caitlin Devines. 25.7 left in the quarter. 1 minute on the board. Player up advantage for the Mavs. So it's getting a little testy out there. Here's Kelly with it now. Kelly looks around. She already has a pair of goals so far in this one. Over to Wallace. Wallace comes around now on that left side. Under 10 seconds to go. Wallace not being given much room here, and they're going to end the quarter. And the Mavs will take a 6-1 lead into quarter number 2. 6-1, Mercy on top after one quarter. We'll be back here on the ECC Network. And welcome back to Mercy Field, Dobbs Ferry, New York. Player up advantage, 35 seconds to go in it, so Mavs will take over immediately here, leading 6-1 in quarter 2. Juliana Talenti with it now. Actually, check that. That was Ashlyn Kelly. And Hanson will go behind the net there to Talenti. I'll go back to Kelly on that far right perimeter to Meyer. Back to Talenti. Here's Hanson, sharp left side. Back over to Wallace, trying to collapse the defensive box here. Over the top pass, look out, here comes Kelly. Takes the shot here, 10 on the player up advantage. Wildcats holding their positioning though, they're doing a very good job. Here's Hanson, look out, here comes Wallace, gets clipped there. Free position shot coming up here, she sacrifices the body to get a prime time look. Now the player up, advantage is over, but Riley Wallace is staring at a free position shot dead down the middle here. Wallace comes in, fires, scores inside that right post. And Riley Wallace has the 7th goal on the day for the Mavericks. And 40 seconds into this second quarter, they have a 7-1 lead. You watch Wallace again, bam, puts it right over that right shoulder there of Molly Evans. And a very good start here for the Mavericks. Callow, I think Maria Salvo is out there on the draw. Again, these numbers on Damon so small here. When they stand sideways, it's hard to tell who it is out there. Up in the air, actually, ground ball. Let's see who's going to get it. It's a mad dash for it. Lindsay Shimborski fighting for it in a fight there with Moranto. She will control it. So the Mavericks quickly go right back to the attack. Lindsay Shimborski, well, doing things that an MVP in the playoffs does. She was that in 2023, picking up the ground ball there and gaining possession for the Mavs. Here is the ever-dangerous Morena Morales. Back over to Ashlyn Kelly. And Leah Hansen comes up with it now. Look out, double team, triple team, gets it over to Callow. She scores! Megan Callow on a brilliant feed there from Leah Hansen. Hansen triple teamed on the play, and it is Megan Callow's goal, and the Mavericks have an 8-1 lead. You watch this again. Boy, Hansen, she takes a licking but keeps on ticking, drops the ball off over to Callow and threads the needle. Puts it inside that left post there. And Megan Callow has joined the scoring party.
Score number 23, Megan Callow. Assistant number 24, Leah Hansen. Mercy's 8-1.
So 8-1 Mavericks. And no rest for the weary as Megan Callow is immediately back out there for the faceoff. Popped up in the air. And who else? Lindsay Shimborski gets the draw control. Gets it over to Kelly. Nice pass there. Over to Talenti. And they work it ahead. Here's Morales putting on the afterburners. Quickly to Meyer. Meyer drops it off there. Look at the head fake by Talenti. Goes back behind the net when we'll find Morales. Morales back up top now to Leah Hansen. Back now to Ashlyn Kelly. Back over now. Oh, nice head fake there by Meyer. Drops it off in front. The backhander. What a goal that time. Oh, what a finish. And the Mavericks have 9 on the board. And I believe that was Juliana Talenti with the sharp right backhander. Oh, what a nice setup there. And, wow, look at this replay. Look at Talenti. Wicked backhander on that one with plenty of torque to boot. Oh, that is a dynamite setup and goal. And it's 9-1 Mavericks.
Mercy goal, score number 26, Juliana Talenti. Assistant number 41, Ashlyn Kelly. Mercy's 9-1.
Ashlyn Kelly with the nifty assist on that one. And the Mavericks have a 9-1 lead now. Popped up in the air. Callow trying to win it. She will. Straight win there. Immediately goes back to the offensive side. I believe Caden Meyer gets the assist on that goal. And on the Talenti goal, pass in front for Hansen, a little too hot to handle. And a turnover forced there. And the Wildcats need a breather. They need to get something going offensively. Then we'll go to the attack here. As Ella Booley has it now.
Correction on the last mercy goal. The assist was number 15, Caden Meyer.
So Caden Meyer officially gets the assist on the last goal to Talenti. As they swing it over on that left side now. Damon trying to get a sustained offensive presence going here. Booley lost the handle on it. Good defensive play, and I believe that was Quarta who forced the ground ball there. So a nice job by Liana Quarta on the defensive side. And here come the Mavericks. Look out, here comes Meyer. Fakes the shot, goes behind the net quickly. Swings it up top. Here's Kelly swooping in, has some room. Goes across the grain to Callow, and she deposits it in over the left shoulder of Molly Evans. A little now you see it, now you don't. What a setup there between Meyer to Kelly, and watch Callow. Boom, puts it home. 2 in the period for her. 10 on the board for the Mavericks. They have a 10-1 lead.
Mercy goal, score number 23, Megan Callow. Assistant number 41, Ashlyn Kelly. Mercy leads 10-1.
So Kelly to Callow officially, but Meyer gets the unofficial assist. And the Mavs find themselves up by 9. And the Wildcats trying to get back in sync here. It's been an early barrage here by the Mavs. Popped up in the air. Boy, Callow is in the zone here. 2 goals and a couple of face-off wins. And looks like Ella Booley will get the gate here. So it goes from bad to worse here momentarily for the Wildcats. So they are going to have to kill off a 1-minute penalty. Player up advantage for the Mavs here. As Hanson now to Wallace. Across the grain now, and they'll go back behind the net. Meyer finds Talenti. Back over left side to Hanson. High slot. Here comes Riley Wallace. Fakes the shot. Goes back over to Meyer. Meyer trying to find a seam here. Inside out move and goes back outside there and behind the net. Over to Talenti. Over the top pass. They've had some success. Here's Wallace firing. Nice save. Oh, a beauty there by Evans. And picking it up, who else is Lindsay Shimborski? Under half a minute to go on the player up advantage. Mavs thread the needle wide open, and on a point-blank shot saved by Evans on Morales. That was a dandy. Loose ball. Here comes Hanson now. Boy, nice job by Hanson to, in the chaos, read that rebound and pick up the loose change on that spectacular save by Molly Evans. Behind the net now. They'll go over the alley-oop pass again there to Wallace in front. Callow says swing it out here. Kelly now looks around, lost the handle on it. Picked up by Meyer. Nice read there. They go back behind the net. Talenti, head fake. Drops it off to Hanson. Hanson working that perimeter. Circles around right side. And that shot is high and wide. 5 on the possession clock. And the Mavs will just forfeit it. And with 9.5 to go in the half, the Damon Wildcats, thanks to 2 key saves by Molly Evans, forced the turnover on the shot clock expiration. And the Wildcats now, can they cash in on the solid defense put on there? We'll see what they can do. Quickly, the Wildcats transition to offense here as Meyer got it over to Calandra. Calandra, the lone strike so far for the Wildcats. She goes back behind the net to Cameron Day. They work it to the left perimeter now, and they swing the cycle around as they go over from Salvo to Moranto behind the net now. Here's Day. DAE curling around right side, swings it out to the left perimeter there to Moranto. Moranto will drop pass off now on the left side, trying to find their setup. Moranto will get the pass back, though. Makes an inside move, and there's a forced ground ball by Kelly and picked up off the turf there by Marino. Good double team action there, Kelly and Marino. Murillo gets that clipped away, and that was forced by Accurso. And quickly, the Wildcats trying to go to transitional offense. Here's Calandra, couldn't quite handle the pass. Picks it off the carpet. Calandra with it now. They swing it up to the high slot right side. Now they'll go left. As Salvo drops it off, and they'll go to that far left perimeter. Back now over to MER. MER looks around quickly. And shading still to that left side. Now they'll curl right. Not a lot of daylight, though. Here's Moranto with it now. Behind the net, LaMonica tried to pick it off. It went quickly over to Calandra on the deflection, though. Calandra swings it over there quickly to Salvo. Salvo to Moranto. Moranto, nice pass inside. Little too hot to handle. Moranto gets the shot off. Loose ball picked up by LaMonica. Oh, patience but aggression by LaMonica pays off there, as that play was dangerously rolling around and bouncing around in front of the cage. And she takes it over and gives it to the ever sure-handed Lindsay Shimborski, who, of course, makes a flawless outlet pass to transition offense. Look out now. MER foregoes the shot there. Left side, swings it up top to Kelly. Kelly, nice head fake. Another little move. Look out now. She'll drop it off over to MER. MER takes a shot and scores. Boy, Caden MER on the feed from Kelly. You all saw Kelly, oh boy, dipsy doodling and fishing her way through the defense, and then gives it the old inside out move and forget about it. Drop off to Caden MER, and she puts it home. It's a 10-goal lead for the Mavs, and that means the clock now just continuously runs as long as they're up by 10 goals or more. Looks like we'll get somebody on the draw control here. Callow will be there for the Mavs. And I believe it'll be Michaela MER here for the Wildcats. Here we go on the ground and picked up by Wallace. Mavs have been exceptionally strong on the faceoffs here. So Wallace has it now. Back behind the net to Talenti. Over up top now. MER to Hansen. Back to Kelly. They swing it around now. And they'll go behind the net to Morales. Look out, Morales. Curling around there, and she'll forego the shot attempt. Get it over to MER. Caden MER been right in the middle of it today. Circles around left side. Ground ball force there. Heck of a defensive play. Popped up in the air there by Wallace, but Briggs will bring it down there. So Cameron Briggs forces a turnover. Quickly gets it to Moranto. Moranto, boy, ahead of steam here. Check that. That is Jenna Havard, I believe. Gets it to Calandra. And back over quickly. As Devines will go to that left perimeter. And the Wildcats going to work here. Coming up on 4 minutes to go in the first half. And the Mavericks have 11-1 lead here on the ECC Network. Round one, the 2025 ECC Championship Series Women's Lacrosse. We'll have the 3 o'clock game here between Roberts Wesleyan and Mercy coming up. Ground ball forced, and MER picks it up there. quickly gets it over to Callow. Callow coming in, head of steam here. Nice pass, wide open. Talenti puts it home. Oh, that was all predicated there first by the picked up ground ball by MER. And we talked about it. MER, Kelly, and Wallace, this young trifecta of players, they're very good offensively. But, yes, they really do make the commitment on the defense, and it pays off here. Watch this pass to Callow, who goes off to the races, and Talenti wide open. Nothing Evans could do there, and that is a very impressive all-around play by the Mavs. And they take a 12-1 lead, and well, you know, something we are starting to figure out here about Callow wins the face-off here. She got the assist on that goal. But we're finding out here about MER and Wallace and Kelly. Boy, they do really play that 330-foot game. They're in all the zones, as are all of these Maverick players. Very well-rounded. Not too many one-dimensional players you will find out there. That is what makes them so good. As Kelly, oh, look, Kelly thought she was, had me fake she was going to get the pass. Then passes it to Wallace. Across the grain there. Loose ball. Somehow Callow came up with a nice play there. She's been exceptionally strong. Here comes Hansen now. Right side. Being watched closely. Comes in right side. Takes a shot, and it goes wide. Morales with it now. Relentless pressure here by the Mavs. Here comes Morales. Scores! Oh, excellent effort by Molly Evans. She got a piece of it, but Morales had way too much torque on that one. You watch her curl in on that right side. She has incredible speed and going across and gets a lot of torque on that shot there. Evans got a piece of it, but it immediately rolled behind her and in. And the Baker's dozen is on the board for the Mavericks. They have a 13-1 lead with under 90 seconds to go in the first half. Well, a lot of standout players, and one of them's right here on the faceoff. Well, Megan Callow has certainly had a big-time second quarter here. She has 3 points and numerous face-off wins here. Boy, impressive job all around by the Mavs. Now under a minute to go. Popped up in the air. And who's going to get it? Oh, Megan Callow. Who else? Almost a collision with her teammate there. And Wallace now gets it over to MER. Looks like we'll have a timeout by the Mavericks. 30.4 seconds to go in the first half. Mavericks with possession and in command here. They lead at 13-1 over Damon. We'll be right back here on the ECC Network. And welcome back here to Mercy Field, Dobbs Ferry, New York, ECC Network. Here's the situation. Possession, Mercy. They lead Damon 13-1 with 30.4 seconds left. So they come out of the timeout. Mike McGinnis on the call. A very impressive performance so far by the Mavericks in round one of this 2025 ECC Championship tournament. As Talenti behind the net now. She has a pair of tallies in this one so far. Been an all-around complete effort here by the Mavs. So here's Hansen with it now. Well, Hansen takes a big shot there. Looks out, threads the needle in front. They give and go back to Hansen. Fakes the shot, takes a shot, and scores. And boy, I'll tell you, that ends the first half with a bang. Leah Hansen puts it home over the right shoulder there of Molly Evans. Watch this splashdown effect. Bang, puts it home. And the Mavericks will walk into halftime with a 14-1 lead over Damon. We'll take a brief timeout and have second half action when we return. Halftime here from Mercy Field. It's 14-1 Mavericks. We'll be back here on the ECC Network. And welcome back here to the ECC Network. We are live from Mercy Field, Dobbs Ferry, New York. Mercy leads Damon at the half here in round one of the 2025 ECC Championship Tournament Women's Lacrosse. 14-1, Mike McGinnis on the call. Let's get you caught up with the stats here. 3 goals and an assist for Caden Meyer, along with a ground ball and a caused turnover. 2 goals and an assist each for Callow and Hansen, along with Ashlyn Kelly and Juliana Talenti and Morena Morales. So 5 players with 2 goals and an assist. And a goal by Riley Wallace, 2 saves for LaMonica, 4 for Evans. And Shannon Calandra with the only goal for the Wildcats. And here we go. As a draw control win there by Ella Booley. Wildcats trying to quickly get something going here. Mavs really clicking on all cylinders here, as indicated by all their goal scorers. And they've done equally as good of a job on the defensive side. As here comes Salvo now with it. They'll work it to that right perimeter. Wildcats have had issues trying to get players on the interior of that defense. This Mavs team, look out now, pass, and they couldn't quite connect. And LaMonica says, I'll take it over from here. Boy, LaMonica was big time in that co-title clinching win here on Sunday. Came up with 14 big saves there against the Redhawks. As here is Kelly with it now on the left side. Boy, it was quite the weekend here at Mercy University. Game on Friday, which will probably go down in the history books. 17th ranked Malloy Lions came in looking very strong. 6-game winning streak. And the Mavs beat them in overtime. Here's Wallace, scores inside the right post as she beats Evans 5-hole. Riley Wallace connects. And the Mavericks keep the train rolling. They have a 15-1 lead.
Mercy goals, scorer number 11, Riley Wallace. Mercy 15-1.
Well, Riley Wallace now joins the 2-goal party. Trying to do my math here off the top of my head. Half a dozen Mavericks with multi-goal games now, as Riley Wallace joins the party. Mavericks had an 11-4 draw control advantage in that first half, mainly by this girl right here, Megan Callow, and along with her teammate who was just hovering in the picture there, Lindsay Shimborski. But back-to-back wins here for the Wildcats to start the second half, and they'll have control now. As Booley comes up with it here. They'll swing it over to that left perimeter. Cameron Briggs with it now, being double-teamed. Thought she had a seam, but a ground ball forced there. I think Quarter was in on that. Picked up on the other end. Well, Briggs trying to get it, and she does. So nice job by Briggs there. Nice play by Quarter as well. Very rigid defensive look here. Mavs looking especially stingy so far in this one. Here is Salvo with it now. They swing it back outside there to Meyer. Quickly over to Baran. Back behind the net. One you have to watch out for is Calandra. She is the big player here. Circle around in front. Nice save. LaMonica looked behind her. Did it catch some of the pipe? I wonder. I think it hit the stick. And Shimborski, beautiful pass to Talenti. Well, not called upon often, but LaMonica answers the bell when called upon in this one. That was a very good save there. Fooled herself. She looked behind her. Wallace gets it over to Hansen now. Oh, look at Hansen go to work here. Left side. Pass in front. Couldn't get a shot off cleanly. Kelly was in the middle of it. Talenti, nice job picking it up on the back end. Here's Wallace now. Wallace drives in, right side, fires, scores. And that one goes 5-hole on Molly Evans. Wicked little hop there by Wallace. And the Mavs have the Sweet 16 on the board. It's 16-1.
Mercy goals, corner number 11, Riley Wallace. Mercy is 16-1.
So Wallace has 3 on the day. And the clock keeps rolling because the Mavs are up by double digits in goals. Draw control coming here as Devines gets the duty here against Callow. Popped up in the air. Who's going to get it? Wallace trying to fight for it. Loose ball. Wallace comes up with it here. So Wallace gets it over to Callow, and here's Talenti with it now. Talenti behind the net. Over now to Meyer, up top to Wallace. Here's Kelly on the left side. On that left perimeter, pushed out, comes inside, look out, threads the needle, a shot, they score, and it's Megan Callow. A little side-winding action to that one. Flings it past the goalkeeper, Molly Evans. And a nifty little pass there. And Megan Callow joins the 3-goal party as the Mavericks have a 17-1 lead now.
Mercy goals, corner number 23, Megan Callow, assisted with number 41, Ashlyn Kelly.
Ashlyn Kelly gets the helper on that one. So here we go. You saw Callow on that replay there. Kind of give it the old submarine delivery on that one from the side as she wins yet another face-off here. Here is Leah Hansen. Back over now to Meyer. Back to Hansen. Hansen does that head fake. Look out, inside move. Ground ball force. Nice defensive play, Moranto. Check that there, Moranto with the loose change. Havert caused that ground ball turnover. But still a nice play there. Wild pass corralled in by Cameron Day. Under 8 minutes to go in the third quarter. 17-1, Mercy on top. Here's Kylie Moranto with it now. Back over to Mariana Zamakosi. Quickly the Wildcats work it. It's Moranto. Back out to the far right perimeter there to Cameron Day. Day, nice head fake. They'll go to that right side, feed it in front, ground ball, out of traffic, and somehow through a crowd. Who is that picked that up? That is Ashlyn Kelly. So again, like I've said before, Ashlyn Kelly, one of these 330-foot players by the Mavs. They are all over the place, committed to all ends. Here's Meyer with it now. Very complete game. And such poise shown by such young players here by the Mavs. Look out, here's Wallace now. She is dangerous. Got clipped up high. She's going to get a free position shot here. And dead down the middle. It's Riley Wallace setting up shop here. Riley Wallace comes in, fires, scores. And another pretty goal on the boards here for Riley Wallace. And the Mavs have upped the stakes here. They have an 18-1 lead. So, boy, I'll tell you, Riley Wallace. She is taking charge here in a big-time way in this third quarter. As time is slipping away here, under 6 minutes to go in this third quarter. Might hear in the background a military helicopter. Of course, we're not too far away from West Point, so we'll have some interesting aircraft fly over sometimes here in Dobbs Ferry. Draw control, who wants it? Hot potato here. And it looks like the Wildcats will come up with it. And I believe it's Moranto. It is Moranto. Comes up with it. And a pass ahead here. Look out, hard to handle. Dickerman trying to get in the middle of that there. It's a wild melee, and look at Riley Wallace. She is, I'll tell you, clicking on all cylinders here. Here is Talenti, and Meyer will settle it down here. They swing it around now on that left perimeter to Hansen. Hansen inside, takes a shot, goes wide, but knocked down quickly there on the back end by Talenti. Here's Meyer. Meyer circling around left side and drew a penalty there. Pre-position shot coming for Caden Meyer. Meyer on the set position left side here. Drives in now, takes a shot and scores. Beats Molly Evans over the left shoulder. And the Mavs have 19 on the board. Looks like we're going to get a timeout here momentarily, potentially. And that's exactly the case here. Mavs with 4:04 to go in the third quarter, in thorough command here, have a 19-1 lead. We'll take a timeout. You're listening to the 2025 ECC Women's Lacrosse Championship Tournament Round 1. We'll be back here on the ECC Network. And welcome back here. 4:04 to go in the third quarter here. Mike McGinnis on the call. We are live from Mercy Field in Dobbs Ferry, New York, on the beautiful campus of Mercy University. Round 1 of the 2025 Women's Lacrosse ECC Tournament Championship. And the Mavericks have a commanding 19-1 lead here over Damon. Of course, 3 o'clock, we will have round 1 of the men's 2025 ECC Championship Tournament. Old rivalries rekindled here as the Red Hawks and the Mavericks will do battle on the men's side. Draw control maybe won here. I say that maybe. And it looks like Booley was able to finally contain it and control it. She gets it over to Cameron Briggs. Back over to Moranto now. Moranto comes in on the right side now. swing it across, and it's like Caitlin Devines gets it over to that sharp left side there to Avery Kastner. And here comes Briggs now. Briggs trying to draw the double team. She's swinging this way, that way, and the other way. Takes a quick shot. I'll tell you, LaMonica had that one sniffed out completely. She was ready for it there. She kind of had the idea that Briggs was going to try to sneak one past her there, and LaMonica would have none of it as Talenti gets the nice feed now from MER. Talenti, look out, flanker on that right post of the goalkeeper, but they'll go behind the net with it now. Here's MER with it now. Swings it over on that left side. Here is Kelly. Lost the handle on it. Moranto in the middle of it trying to get that loose change, and Accurso was there as well, and Accurso picks it up. Pass on the ground and somehow swooping in. How about Kelly gaining the ground there and coming all the way back to get that ground ball? Nice job, boy. Talenti got clipped high there. Might get a penalty here. Well, they'll say just a foul, so no player up advantage. Mavs go back to work here. Here's MER behind the net there to Tatiana Moran. Swing it out to Kelly now. Back to Wallace. Over to MER. Under 2 minutes to go in this third quarter. Talenti now back across the green to MER. MER looks around. They swing it back behind the net now to Talenti. Talenti cradling the ball here. High pass over to Wallace. Under 70 seconds to go now in this quickly moving third quarter. Wallace to Hansen, back to Hansen. Hansen looks around across the green. Quick pass to MER, fires and scores. Well, I think Evans was playing for another pass there. She kind of froze on that shot. And MER puts that one over the left shoulder. Could see her there. I think Evans was caught off guard by that shot. I think she was thinking there was another pass coming to that low left post is what I think she was anticipating. And MER takes full advantage. Boy, I'll tell you what a day she's had. Leah Hansen gets the helper. And the Mavs have put 20 on the board here in the waning seconds of this quickly moving third quarter. Up in the air. Who's going to get it here? Well, Szymborski comes up with it. And the Mavs will walk into quarter number 4 with a commanding 20-1 lead. We'll have fourth quarter action when we return here on the ECC Network. You're listening to the 2025 Women's Lacrosse ECC Championship Tournament. We shall return. Okay. Well, what's going on with this tugboat over here and this barge? This thing been going back and forth over there. Yeah, that's it. We should. Investigative journalism. Oh, well, it's funny. I meet by random coincidence the parents of the Baltimore Orioles pitching coach yesterday. They live in Pelham, New York. It's funny. I expressed my concerns to them about that House of Cards ownership keeping the team in Baltimore, and they agreed. I could see them trying to move them to the Carolinas or something. They're not drawing down there. Even when they got better, they're not drawing, you know. So, and they don't want to spend any money. Yes. And I said this to my students a week ago. I'll double down on it now. The Rockies will own the worst record ever this year. They're not going to win 40 games. Yeah, they're not going to win 40 games because they're in that division, and that division is going to just blow them out of the water every time they see them. So they're 4-25 right now, and that isn't an aberration. Like, that's not they are that bad. Oh. Oh, yeah. And welcome back. We are starting the fourth quarter here. Mariana Zamoskozy goes between the pipes. Check that there. Looks like Olivia Bradley takes over for the Mavericks. I thought I heard 41 for Damon, which would be Mariana Zamoskozy. But Olivia Bradley takes over. Number 44 for Mercy. As we start the fourth quarter, Mavericks in command here, 20-1. Mike McGinnis on the goal. Looks like Wallace got tangled up with a defender out there. Or, should say, a midi. And they go back behind the net as the Wildcats win the draw here. Cameron Day with it now. Swing it up top here to Michaela Meyer. Meyer swings inside, takes a shot. Nice save there. As Bradley was in on that one, loose change. Who's going to get it? Looks like Emily Marino, who has subtly had a very good day here. She has cleared it out in front of her goalkeepers, no doubt. And gets it over to Meyer. Mavs with a win here would go to the championship game. It would be here on Saturday. TBA on the time. But it would be for all the marbles. As Wallace gets it over to Meyer. And boy, I'll tell you what a day this has been for that young trio we mentioned earlier. And Morena Morales also. I should really call that a quartet of these young and up-and-coming Mavs who really do a little bit of everything out there. Look out, errant pass picked off there. And the Wildcats will take over here. Quick pass, threading the needle as Morato got that over to Salvo. Calandra with it now. She has the lone tally here for the Wildcats. Meyer now back over to Baran and behind the net to Day. Of course, you see Day wearing that heavily taped up left leg with the brace. As Calandra, nice feed in front, and that got deflected near Bradley. And, oh, look out, little shove from behind there. Ashlyn Kelly with the little how do you do, welcome to the playoffs format there. As Salvo has it now. Salvo looks around, we'll get it back to Calandra. Calandra, nice drop pass here. Wildcats trying to get something going here. Mavs up to the defensive task. Here's Calandra, lost the handle on it. A lot of contact in front. You see her slam her stick down. She was double teamed on that one. Now she's harassing Bradley there. Well played by Calandra. Gets it over to Shimborski. Swinging it ahead there. As the Mavs take over. And that is Dakota Demigard handling it now. They'll swing it around the grain here. Talenti up top to Kelly. Over to Meyer. Behind the net to Morales. Morena Morales has had a couple of tallies here on the day. As Wallace threads the needle, look out. Kelly scores! over the left shoulder. Where did she come from? Talk about getting lost in the shuffle there, and that is certainly somebody you don't want to lose sight of on the defense. Ashlyn Kelly just snuck right in. Prime real estate. As another Mavericks player, highway through the danger zone. And it's a strike there for the Mavs as Ashlyn Kelly puts another notch on the board here. And the Mavericks find themselves up by 20 here. High pop up there and goes right to Wallace. Well, I'll tell you, Callow has been in command on these faceoffs today, no doubt. They swing it to Meyer now. Kaden Meyer behind the net there to Talenti. Up by. They go over now to Wallace. Back to Meyer on the left side. Meyer scans the perimeter. Pass deflected back to her there. She gets clipped there on the way by. We'll go back behind the net now to Morales. Over to Dimigard now. Dakota Dimigard, short route pass. So they work to that left side again to Wallace, over to Morales. Back there to Talenti. And up top, here's Meyer. Oh, Meyer, those head fakes. Goes around, cross the grain, gives the pass to Dimigard. She'll have to track that down and will. Under 9 minutes to go now. Mavs on the verge here of punching their ticket to a championship game. Here again, there's a short angle shot. Nice save there. Evans looked behind her and it directly deflected out in front of her and rolled behind the net. Kind of a weird bounce there. As they'll say, the Wildcats will take command here on the possession. 8.5 to go in this one. Of course, we have men's action coming up. ECC 2025 Championship Tournament. That'll be the Red Hawks of Roberts Wesleyan and the Mercy University Mavericks. Talk about two teams that have had some showdowns in the past. As coming inside with a shot deflected at the last minute there was Ella Booley. Wildcats go right back to the attack. Here's Baran. Back up to Zamoskozy. They work it to the left side now. Booley, double team. There's another shot. Kind of lost the handle on it when they went for the shot there, and still the Wildcats have it. 30 seconds to go on the possession. Look out, ground ball force there, and it's quickly picked up by Wallace. Nice job. I believe it was Callow that came up with that ground ball. She's another one of these players that, boy, you talk about total commitment offensively, defensively. Megan Callow certainly in that conversation. As here is Kelly now. Back over to Dimigard. Quickly over to Kelly. Pass off the heel of the stick there, but it'll be settled down by Meyer. And they'll go behind the net more than halfway through this fourth quarter. Pass too hot to handle that time, and the Wildcats will come up with it. As Jenna Havert now. Back over across the green there to, look like that was to Moranto, and they'll swing it over to Baran. Baran on the far outside. Boy, I'll tell you, look at Lindsay Shamborski defending her like it's a 1-0 game out there. Look out, a shot, another one that was dislodged there, and it looks like Kelly comes up with it. And here's Meyer on the feed now from Kelly. 6 minutes to go in regulation, 21-1, Mercy on top. As Kelly over to Wallace, back to Dimigard. Behind the net there to Meyer. I think on that last ground ball force, it might have been Casey Bates that forced it there for the Mavs. Casey, boy, she does such a steady, almost an understated type of game. She's so good in front of the goalkeeper. Talk about a foundational piece to the defense. Casey Bates, certainly one of those players. As they work it around to that right side now, here's Meyer. She's had a big day here. Threads the needle. Wallace denied there. Nice save by Evans on the doorstep on the left post. Look out now as Hansen throws a pass across, trying to find Morales, deflected out. Possession, Wildcats. So they swing it ahead here. And the Wildcats will take over. Coming up on 4.5 minutes left in regulation. Here's Salvo with it now. Back over to Baran. Baran back now to Cameron Briggs. Briggs behind the net now. And it looks like that was Michaela Meyer with it, and they'll swing it up top there. Haven't seen Calandra out there yet. As Baran has it now, and brought that back over to Booley. Trying that overload on the right side now. They'll work on the left. Left perimeter, cradling, trying to find a pass there. And that was Tarbell trying to connect, but deflected back to her. Here is Briggs now. Briggs looking around. Briggs, has some daylight. Lost the defender momentarily. Tough pass there on the inside. Look at the swarming defense of the Mavs. And I'll tell you, Ashlyn Kelly, not only a lethal goal scorer, but quite committed on the defensive side. Salvo with the free position shot now. Comes in, fires, and getting a piece of it. Olivia Bradley with a nifty save there. Here's Baran with it now. Baran pushed to the outside. Casey Bates right on the spot again here. But look at the defense of the Mavs here. Don't tell them they're up by 20 goals. Because they are, my goodness. Saw Ashlyn Kelly and Riley Wallace get into it, and you see Shimborski and Bates do their thing. Free position shot coming here. Here's a shot off the post there. Cameron Briggs. So the one time they do solve Bradley, the post says no. Wildcats take over here. Look out, there's a shot. Nice save by Bradley. So she's been called upon a couple times here. Look at the swarming defense by the Mavs here. Olivia Van Dyke all over it. Look out, circle shot on the other side. They score, top shelf. Wow, nice play there by Cameron Day. Going across the grain, then making the cut to the right side and firing it home on Olivia Bradley. That's a pretty play there. And it's 21-2 Mercy. Coming up on 90 seconds to go.
Damon goal scorer number 7, Cameron Day. Mercy 21-2.
So Cameron Day unassisted on that one. Callow on the face-off here for the Mavs. Here we go. Won there by Wallace. 1 minute remaining in regulation. Here's Tatiana Moran now. Moran with it. Being shadowed there by Accurso. They go back behind the net, and I'll tell you what, few more convincing performances you will find than this one in a playoff performance. And the Mavs here today clicking on all cylinders. A very well-rounded victory as they will punch their ticket to a championship final here. And their opponent to be determined. But they will be here on Saturday. Under 15 seconds to go. Here's Moran with it now. Swinging it up top to Wallace. Back to Morales, and that should do it here. Here is Kelly, and the Mavs punch their ticket to the 2025 ECC Championship game. We'll have it here Saturday. Mercy defeats Damon. 21-2 is the final. We will have Game 2 coming up here around 3 o'clock between Roberts Wesleyan and Mercy University on the men's side of lacrosse. So stay tuned for that one. Final score here, 21-2. Mercy wins it. They will advance to the 2025 ECC Championship Tournament Final. That'll be here on Saturday. Time to be determined. Opponent to be determined. For Mike McGinnis, everybody here on the ECC Network, we're going to take a break. We'll see you around 3 o'clock here for Roberts Wesleyan and Mercy. On the men's side of the 2025 ECC Championship Tournament Round 1. We'll be back, everybody.